Shalom, Yasha'Allah. First and foremost, I get all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash, the honor to our apostles, the elders, a great millstone, who rule well, and peace and blessings to the hope of that. That's supposed to be great gospel, sincerity, and truth. Got another article here, from naturalnews.com, a little one to be edified. Go ahead and get into it. It says with disease X, hopefully I can say that, the cover story for the coming mass deaths from the release of the globalist new bioweapons, their bloodlust won't end until they are stopped. And this came out, January 19th, 2024, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. I'm just going to get right into it. As you can see, that symbolism right there. But go ahead, it says, according to Klaus Schwab's World Economic Forum, disease X is a mystery contagion that the WF will be holding a meeting about in just days on January 17th. So they did like a few days ago. With the WF warning, this mystery contagion could kill 20 times more people than Crown. And it says, has substitute Vickies for Crown if we want to be more accurate. They say with the United Nations claiming the only way to stop the spread of this mystery contagion would be to be the rapid development of a new Vicky, right? Because you can't say too many things, right? So there's and they're showing citations, as far as like, oh, this is fake, and what you read isn't that, like they have many citations of many different articles and links that you could pretty much get a similar backstory on what's going on. So going on, it says claiming in this December of 2021 story over at the UN's website that the fast and effective Vicky is developed and deployed, the fast and incipient pandemic can be contained and controlled. As that story also reported, the aspirations of a coalition for the epidemic preparedness innovations is for the world to be able to respond to the next disease X with a new vaccine in just 100 days. Which I did remember them saying that, like, how can totally prepare for the next one? We got to be faster than this and faster than that, whatever the case may be. Which entirely, the Vickies, I think they normally, man, I think somebody said like they really supposed to take like 5 to 10 years to develop something like that. So, they just smashing these out. Maybe we don't know what was in these. You know what I mean? Like it could be, like I said, ultimately they ain't been tested out properly. But this is, hey man, he can't trust this man. At the end of the day, it says also claiming that delivering a new Vicky in just a little over 3 months' time will give the world a fighting chance to extinguish the existential threat of a future, pandemic virus. Right? Take note that in the past it's taken decades. See, that's the spirit. In the past, it's taken decades and decades of research of various diseases to develop Vickies for them. With this Business Insider story reporting, virtually no diseases have ever been completely eliminated through vaccine efforts, although they report that a max for smallpox had come close. So like how they tell people, oh yeah, this has been, this I heard that time and time again that they done found something that stops this and that stops that and that stops this. And really, in a sense, it could do multiple things. One could be increase that which you contracted, or it could maybe slow down the process or whatever the case may be. But hey, we know that these devils, man, they doing everything they can to kill you. So like, hey, that's why hey, scripture say, man, never trust thy enemy. Lord, when we get it. So it's a meaning that these people hope to do in 100 days what has been pretty much impossible to do in human history. This Must Read New story over at the Expose puts everything into perspective for us about what the globalists are unfolding now, and it's not pretty for people who choose to make our own health decisions. And with the mainstream media totally jumping on the disease X bandwagon, as the globalists must tell us what they're planning to do to us before they do it, check out the titles of these recent stories. So again, they got citations of, there's multiple stories going into, this whole, story, this backstory right here. So it's not just somebody just typing stuff up and making stuff up. This and that. Like, hey man, the Lord has made Esau bare, man, and has used his people to out his ass and expose his ass. But as as the scriptures say, with the children of Israel are watching the children of light in their generation. So, hey, these heathens, man, like when they come to this type of stuff, man, they eyes open. They paying attention. Like, man, this ain't right and this ain't right. This what they're trying to do. Whereas Jake over here just sitting around chilling on the ass. Partying and bullshitting, waiting for the next picnic, barbecue, freak nick, just complete madness. That's what they're waiting for. And which what's gonna happen is they're gonna get caught, unawares when all these things come to pass, because the information is out there. It's just ultimately the Lord put in the spirit for you to search it, to get into it. But the main thing that you need to begin to is what is this truth, these scriptures. You Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. That's what you need to begin to first and foremost. Then all these things come, But hey, man, somebody got to play those roles. It says, Salakia. It says, meaning the globalists are busy creating vaccines for something, while they have no idea what that something even is. Even believing in their warped minds that something will kill out 20 times more people than Crown, the WEF and WHO never even bothered to address the fact that the vaccines created in warp speed for Crown have been killing people all across the planet, and that those vaccines have been proven to be a military operation run by the Pentagon. Your own government, the people that they would never do nothing horrible to us. We'll always be okay. We can depend on them. Now these fools is in cahoots of killing you, right? It say with the Pentagon only good. It says, it say with the Pentagon only good at one thing: killing people. It says, and as we'll explore in the rest of this story, with the U.S. Congress back in June of 2023 proposing a new bill called the Disease X Act. While the origins of Disease X go back at least as far as March 15th of 2018, and this story from the WEF's website titled "The World Health Organization is worried about Disease X," and you should be too. We see this latest psyop from those working to kill us have been long time running, at least 6 years in making, if not much longer. So yeah, these devils, they playing things out. They have that crafty counsel that they sit there in them think tanks and what we gonna do and how we gonna do and how we gonna pull this off, this and that. Man, these things don't just be out of nowhere. No, they playing these things out, these situations. They say, according to this alarming news story over at the Express, say that archive, heart disease is the leading cause of all of the excess deaths being seen across the planet, with heart failure called the driving force in what they call an alarming surge in excess deaths, what they call the most deadly non-pandemic year since 1945, though they never mentioned the vaccines as being the cause. Reporting that an additional 1,000 excess deaths per week happened in 2023 compared to 2022, this story did report that these excess deaths are now often occurring among young people who are dying far way before their time. Well, as they say, everybody has their appointed time for them to die, whether they be old or young or even in the womb and so forth and so on. Just putting it out there. But the story also reported the largest jump in excess deaths among young people is from heart disease, with young people dying from heart diseases at a rate of 60% above the rates they were dying from the same thing in the past, with young people also dying suddenly and mysteriously from cancers, as the Wall Street Journal recently reported, and doctors allegedly baffled as to what is causing all of these cancer deaths, particularly among the young and previously healthy. Would it be too much of a stretch to suggest that all of these excess deaths are an intentional effort to depopulate the planet? With the globalists long believing in their insane and warped minds that the planet is vastly overpopulated, hence the Georgia Guidestones, where they said for humanity to sustain itself, the population has to be 500 million. So it's roughly 8 billion people now. So look, 7.5 billion in their eyes, the elites, man, they gotta go. So as we understand, man, they got many efforts as in to get you out of there. Like I said, they poison the food, the water, medicine, your clothes, the air. It's, man, these people, man, hey man, this is what they're trying to do. They want complete global world domination and want to be in full control as Yahweh Shema Shai. That's who they want to be like, right? And it says, as this previously mentioned story over at the Exposed argues, we don't have to look too deeply to see that these globalists have been working on ways to depopulate the planet Earth for decades. From that story, the World Economic Forum annual meeting starts this week in Davos, where they will give center stage to their unelected health counterparts to warn about a non-existent virus, Salakia, that they claim could be 20 times worse than Crown. The unelected WEF and WHO are priming Disease X in the final push for the pandemic treaty, and are joining forces to persuade world leaders to relinquish their sovereignty in preparation for a non-existent Why would you want them to, like, pretty much they want you to give all control to them, relinquish everything? No, why would you want to do something like that? That tells you that they got something big planned. They claim could result in 20 times more fatalities than the crown pandemic. Could this be the pandemic that will get everyone's attention that Bill the Gates of Hell gleefully warned of, and it's time for the Gates of Hell final solution is ushered in? You know, and say that's that sort of that. I seen something else really quick. I want to try to hit it if I can. It's kind of relating to it. Select it. So this next page right here. So this says a spinoff. You see, fully vaccinated for crown manifesting new disease called VEXA syndrome, which this came out the day before, January 18th, 2024. The Hopeful Year of Jacob's Trouble. And I just wanted to read just a little bit of it, It's it ain't really too long, but see how the spirit goes. It says people who were injected with vaccines for the Wuhan crown are increasingly being diagnosed with a new type of disease they are calling VEXA syndrome, an autoinflammatory ailment that was first discovered in 2020 around the time Operation Warp Speed was launched by the Trump regime. VEXA syndrome, short for vacuoles E1 enzyme X-linked autoinflammatory somatic syndrome, is said to be caused by mutations in the innate immune cells as well as a somatic mutation in the UBA1 gene found on the X chromosome. Most inflammatory diseases, by the way, are caused by a dysfunction that arises in adaptive immune cells. Somatic mutations cannot be inherited, meaning individuals acquire this mutation later in life, explains the Epoch Times about the disease. The mutation affects the stem cells in the bone marrow. The cells mature into specialized immune cells that circulate within the bloodstream. Immune cells carrying the UBA1 mutation are highly inflammatory, and once enough of them accumulate, patients start developing symptoms. So it says, related, be careful of the WHO, which wants to control and rule over the world under the guise of protecting the world against crown and other threats, But go on to say, autoinflammation caused by crown jabs. Back in April, French scientists reported on the case of a 76-year-old man who almost immediately after getting jabbed for crown with Pfizer's mRNA variety was diagnosed with VEXA syndrome. His symptoms included tender bumps on the skin, rashes, and purple spots on his limbs. Skin problems are commonly reported among VEXA patients, and the man was no exception. He was later determined by specialists to have UBA1 mutation inherent to the disease. The rare incidence of VEXA syndrome and a short delay of 3 days between vaccines and onset of symptoms were very suggestive of the vaccine's role as the trigger. The study authors from Drome Nord Hospitals wrote, I think that's how you said it. It says another patient, 72, developed similar symptoms as well as a fever, fatigue, a cough, and deep vein thrombosis. He was initially misdiagnosed with long crown, whatever that is, only to later also show evidence of the same UBA1 mutation as the first patient. In my experience, it is unlikely that VEXA syndrome could have been triggered by an infection or a crown 19, vaccine. It says commented Dr. Sinisa Savic, immunologist and associate clinical professor at the University of Leeds. We know that as people age, they develop all sorts of mutations in the bone marrow. That is why VEXA is largely found in the elderly population. Typically, VEXA syndrome occurs in men over the age of 50. Both infections and vaccines can trigger or worsen symptoms in people who are already on track to develop VEXA syndrome. Anything that triggers an immune response can cause temporarily worsening symptoms, Dr. Savix added. I don't think there's any particular argument about that. Among specialized immune cells, only innate immune cells have been found to carry the UBA1 mutation. Adaptive immune cells, meanwhile, form what is known as the third or the last line of defense against disease, and these cells have not been found to carry UBA1 mutations. Dr. Savage believed that adaptive immune cells, including T and B cells, probably cannot survive long enough to become specialized if they carry the UBA1 mutation. Specialization of innate immune cells conversely appear to be less affected by the UBA1 mutation. Both infections and vaccinations trigger responses in the immune system that are supposed to, in theory, for vaccinations anyway, form immune memory. This process does not occur in people with autoinflammatory conditions. In fact, an immune reaction can cause an imbalance that actually worsens a patient's condition. This is the case with an autoimmune or inflammatory condition because the immune system tries to control itself. But if you're then challenged by something else, that the level of control may be reduced. So pretty much, what they are saying is, and in a sense, they were saying like, oh, this can cause a new syndrome, this and that. But really, in the sense, from what they're saying, like, it can, how can I put it? Make you at risk, like the percentage of your risk to receive it is increased by receiving it. So at the end of the day, whether they were saying that they can receive it from that or not, the vaccines is doing more is being more so destructive to the body than to help it. So at the end of the day, as we've been saying through the spirit, and also even by the law, you ain't supposed to be going getting knowing vaccinations and stuff like that. And because this man is diabolical. This man is the wicked. Why would you ever think that this man is want to do something to help you? Has he ever helped you? Talking to the Israelite community, what has this man done for you besides give your ass pretty much all the pleasures? Give you accessibility to all the pleasures that Yahweh Shemel Shai frowned upon. Gave you some a stimulus check and all this and that. Ultimately, this devil don't give a damn about you, but ultimately to kill and destroy you. So, hey. And one may ask, well, why is these globalists? Why are the people allowed? Why are they doing this? Why? Well, as the scriptures say, Job chapter 9, verse 24, it say the earth, right? The earth, the whole entire earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Who is the wicked? Esau, Edom. Matter of fact, we're going to get it real quick. This is Malachi chapter 1, verse 4. Whereas Edom saith, right? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places, right? And that happened during the time of, the Renaissance. After they was ruling, the pagan Roman Empire. After that collapsed and was taken over by Jake, they got pushed into the mountains, and so to speak, this and that. But after a while, they started to reassemble and come back, and that's where you get, the Renaissance. But for roughly 1,000 years, they was locked up. It's going, pursuant to Revelation 20, that 1,000 years, the Satan being locked up. I'm not talking about, spiritual demon Satan. It's talking about these the so-called white people, right? So they cannot deceive the world no more. But after that time period, they came back into power during the Renaissance, and here they are today. So it says, thus saith Yahweh Shemel Shai of hosts, they shall build, which they did, but I will throw down. See, it's going to be the Lord who throws these people down. No nation, I would say no country, so to speak, on earth in the sense at the time, or even right now, can overthrow them unless the Lord put the spirit in them and give them the green light to do so, which the Lord is going to control these nations to turn against Babylon the Great, using Russia, to lead the charge and all those other various nations to destroy this place. But it's going to be of the will of the Lord that this place go, not on the court of nobody else. And it says, and they shall call them what? The border of wickedness. See, wicked, that's the wicked. They are the border of wickedness. And the people against whom the Lord Yahweh Shemashah have indignation or righteous anger forever. Right? So going back, Job chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Right? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? What nation of people, change the image, the color, so to speak. And also just the ways and mannerisms of like the lost, like pretty much was supposed to be the governance of the world, which is the law, statutes, commandments. Who took that out and implemented theirs? Who chiseled all the nose? Who did iconoclasm? Like I said, who whitened up the images of the saints? Esau, Edom, whitened the images of Yahweh Shemel Shai and the angels. Esau, Edom, so-called white man. That's who did it. Nobody else did. Right? It says, which is another clue of identify who the wicked is. Right? And we got to understand this man, the MO of the wicked, as their name reads, they have nothing good to offer to humanity besides this. Well, this ain't good, but this is what they have to offer. St. John chapter 10, verse 10, it says the thief cometh, right? Cometh not, and they the thief. They the greatest thief upon the earth, right? Did they not steal us as a people They did not steal the world, steal the land, steal resources, steal minerals, steal stolen every damn thing. They say what they enlarge their desire of his hell. They can never have enough. They just greedy. They just want to take, take, take. That's this man, this so-called white man, right? So it say the thief cometh not, but to steal and to kill and destroy. You think, oh well, there's something good gonna come out of this devil. That one day they'll get it right. They'll be okay. No, they coming to steal, kill, and destroy. And I am come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly. So ultimately, that's going to who? The elect of the nation of Israel on this side first, but then also all of Israel at the end of the day, because all Israel will be saved. But like I said, this man, Esau Edom, man, this man is a thief, and he's trying to kill you, steal from you, and destroy you, right? But being in this marvelous light, and having the wisdom and understanding, hey, the elect, the Lord won't be at that number, man. We're not going to fall to the schemes and the devices of this man. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, which Satan means what? An adversary. Esau Edom is an adversary unto us. Hey, all these other nations as well, they are adversaries, but the main one leading the charge is Esau Edom, right? Lest they should get an advantage of us, right? For we are not ignorant of his devices. And ways he get advantage of you, he tried to, oh yeah, this is what's needed. We've been working tirelessly for months and for years, and we got it right, and we just go, we have it. Just trust in us, believe in us, and we got you. We'll never do, people buy it because we don't have the research to verify this and verify that, and we don't know this and that, and hey, we've been taking medicine all our life, and they've been making it, so it's okay, So that's how they get advantage of you by, saying smooth talking, making it seem like, man, we'll never do anything to harm you. Even though they came over here to rape, rob, and murder us to start this bloody nation. But then again, you people have been pacified. You forgot all about that, right? But again, his devices, his schemes, like I say, one of the devices is, hey, man, hey, the MOTB. Hey, man, the buy and sell, man, you're going to have to get this, right? Right? Or, or, hey, man, we got the new disease X coming out, and man, you better get this and to preserve yourself, or you're gonna get, you're gonna die and all this and that. So pretty much we not ignorant to his schemes and the things that he got going on. Both of the things that he want to put out to destroy us, because we get to that word devices, which is no ama. It says the intellect deposition. So in his intellect, right? A mental perception, thought, an evil purpose, right? He has an evil. He intended evil against us. I think this is that Psalms. So I think that's Psalms 21. Yep. Psalms chapter 21, verse 11. For they intended evil against thee. They imagined a mischievous device which they are not able to perform. Ultimately going to the MOTB at the end all be all. But hey, all these other, the point of the scriptures, they intend evil against you. That's what they intend. They don't intend nothing good for you. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't have your best interest in their mind for you. They want to kill you. They want that birthright back, right? And they can't do. They said, they can't search out the heavens. They can't search out the sea. They can't put out the sun, the moon, all those ordinances that the Lord set forth that would make us cease from being a nation that they would destroy. They can't do that. So the next thing that they can do is just pursue you with the sword, what they was blessed with, right? But we also got to understand that, hey, that pestilence, those pestilences, they are set for the death of certain people. And particularly, to hell with the heathens, they gonna get theirs too. But hey, some of some of the wicked Israelites. Again, Lord willing, that be none of us. But hey, we got this right here. This is Jeremiah chapter 14, we'll start at verse 11. It says, then said the Lord Yahweh unto me, pray not for this people for their good. So, hey, the Lord say, man, don't be praying for these wicked ass people. Enough nigga be wicked and they wicked, man, send a prayer up for me, I need help. No, not send a prayer for unto you, because what's going to happen is you're going to receive your prayer, and the next day you're going to be doing the same wicked shit or even more that you was doing before. No. And these people don't care about you, how about you now, Shai? So why the hell we care about you to send a prayer for you, right? But this was going to happen to them. Verse 12, it say, when they fast, I will not hear their cry. And when they offer burnt offering in the oblation, I will not accept them. But this is what he will do. But I will consume them by the sword, kill you by, you're going to reset by violence or make it sense of the war, whatever the case may be. And by famine, you're going to starve to death, right? Dehydration, and what? By the pestilence. See? So these pestilence, as like Scripture say, written within the book and or not that are not written in this book. Hey man, hey, that the Lord got to preserve for certain people, and more so certain of our people, but also the rest of the world, heathens alike. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that pestilence, that's gonna be on the brink, and people have been dying from it, previously. But it's gonna come. Hey, say what, 20 times more people? Whew. Hey, that ain't nothing slight. Let me get another one real quick. This is Jeremiah chapter 21 verse 6, which is talking about, of course, this is a time of Nebuchadnezzar, the Babylonian, empire, but it's just not called Mystery Babylon over here. So hey, we can understand that the same things that happened back then gonna happen today, right? You in Mystery Babylon right now. This is Jeremiah chapter 21 verse 6. It say, and I will smite the inhabitants of this city, both man and beast, and they shall die of a great pestilence, right? You see, if no one knows what a pestilence is. See, look, a plague, a pestilence, disease, murrain, cattle disease, cattle plague, pestilence, plague, a disease. And that's what they saying, that's on a disease, actually. It's not so, could this, this could be one of the Lord's instruments to what? Bring death upon people, So this is what these globalists got planned behind closed doors. What the gates of hell say? Well, they did a simulation of some type of pandemic breaking down, this and that, and the next month, what happened? Boom. But like they said, with this whole thing right here, they've been working on it for 6+ years. So, I mean, like the Lord said, man, they gotta, the Lord show their hand before they do it anyway. They got to do it. That's in their pride. That's why they make movies about it. Make short films for video stuff about it. Put it in your face, and you think, oh, that will never happen. We sophisticated. We got this. We got that. And the whole time, that's the mindset they want you to have. So then when they come to pass, and then what they do now, we got to scramble and run, and we got to find something to fix this. No, you see what I'm saying? Hey, them devices. We not ignorant of them, but the people of the world are. So I want to end it off with this. Sirach chapter 12 verse 10. It say what? Never trust thine enemy. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, he is your enemy, whether you like it or not. I don't give a damn if my boss is white. Well, my manager, my team lead, who gives a shit? You gotta work. You gotta work to eat, so to speak. You gotta work to pay your bills, but that don't mean you gotta befriend these devils. That don't mean you gotta trust them. You just gotta do what you gotta do to receive your daily bread. But as I say, never trust thy enemies, so you're supposed to never trust your enemies. For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. So, that's the point, man. You trust this devil when the Lord tell you not to do so. Hey, when you get destroyed or you get plagued or something happened to you, hey, man, that's on you because you didn't trust in the words of Yahweh Shem Shai. You didn't trust in his men who he sent forth to be a mouthpiece unto the people, to be a watchman unto the people, to watch over your souls. So, at the end of the day, hey, what befalls you for what? Your disobedience. So, Lord, will this lesson was edifying to sincere brothers and sisters out there listening. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash, the bottom side apostles, the elders, a great millstone, who rule well, and peace and blessings to the hopeful. Let's push this great gospel with sincerity and truth. Shalom, Yahshua.